Well, it's Friday. It's July the 24th. We've got one more week left in this month of July. Thanks for being with us this evening. As we wrap up this week, we will do so with our nightly coronavirus update locally and statewide, and a host of other news and information, including an updated forecast, which has even cooled off more. Yeah, latest predictions have us in the lower 80s for a little longer of a run than what we were talking about last night. Some really decent weather ahead. Some showers and storm chances in there, mind you. And some cloudy days ahead, but nevertheless, an updated forecast that I think you will certainly agree is much more mild. One of the things I'll talk about in just a few seconds, I've been doing a lot of reading today trying to find out just what might be in the next stimulus bill. There was expected to possibly be an announcement on that front today, but it's been delayed. Right now, it looks as though it might be Monday when they give us some real specifics as to what will be included in regards to stimulus checks, the Paycheck Protection Program, and the like. But there is a few details out there. There are a few details that have made their way out tonight and have been confirmed through various individuals, Senator Mitch McConnell and others, and I'll go through that short list with you in just a few moments. We're going to go ahead and begin right now with our local update. I'll have that from our state in just a few moments and some other news to follow. But let's go ahead and begin right now with today's COVID update from Public Health Director Mayor Pete Shepard. Cases not just in Magoffin County continuing to rise. For example, the Pike County Health Department reported their biggest daily increase today, 15 new cases in one day reported today in Pike County. And when you break it down into age groups, that is what is really troubling the change, I think, that we can safe to say. There is, out of 15, one 82-year-old woman. The rest, 2 minors, and the rest in their 20s, 30s, 40s, one 50-year-old is all. But a lot of young people testing positive for the coronavirus. And this trend is not just in Pikeville, in Pike County, but of course elsewhere. That brings Pike County's total to 185 cases. They've lost 3 lives in Pike County. There's still 3 people in the hospital as a result of the coronavirus in Pike County. By the way, the list continues to grow in regards to businesses where you will be required to wear a mask to get into. Walmart and Kroger and Target, Walgreens, CVS pharmacies, many others, Food City, and now McDonald's restaurants, chain-wide, have announced today that they will ask all customers to wear face coverings or masks when you enter their stores, effective August the 1st, so essentially about a week from today. But McDonald's joining a long, long list. Oh, one more COVID thing. These numbers are just hard to fathom. A dozen Felician sisters at a convent in Michigan, just outside of Detroit, all died from COVID-19 in less than a month, and a 13th sister died just a few weeks after that. The convent, the presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary just outside of Detroit, has also seen another 17 sisters get the disease but since recover. From April the 10th through May the 10th, 12 sisters from 69 to 99 years of age, 1 month, died. And then the 13th died just sometime shortly thereafter. Hard to imagine. Well, as Pete Shepard, our Magoffin County Public Health Director and Sagersville Mayor, told us last night in the program, Magoffin County's numbers as of last night doubled in the past 3 or 4 days, going from 7 late last week to 14 total cases as of yesterday, with what's been a very active week. And yesterday's numbers have been added to with new numbers today, new cases that he is announcing that he says are related to each other, but these 2 new cases confirmed today are not related to any of the previous reported cases. Let's begin with new cases today. How many? And give me a little bit of information related or unrelated to previous cases.
Okay, we got 2 new cases today. That ups our count to 9 this week. These 2 cases are related with a wedding. So it's not separate cases, so they're kind of related. And as far as that is, I don't think we've had any more with that wedding. So yeah, 2 cases today that are related, and most of those people that was at that party or wedding reception and all that are being tested. So we'll know more Monday if that's going to be related to any more positives.
In regards to the positive cases that we've been covering all week long, what's their standing in regards to like the county garage and those offices being open back up Monday?
Well, the county garage, all but three individuals that work for the county have been tested. They've all came back negative. So I've talked with Judge Warman, and what they're going to do, those that tested negative will be coming back to work Monday. They have cleaned the garage and sanitized everything, the trucks and all that stuff, and they're ready to go back to work. Those that were not tested will not be allowed to come back to work, I don't think, till the Thursday. That'll be 14 days away from work. So that's going to be the protocol on that. And I think Judge Warman is asking that those individuals be tested before they come back. The individual that was positive, he is required to test negative before he can come back to work.
I saw that the governor had, not through a mandate, but just had privately, I think, as it was put, asked churches to not have their in-person services this week, and you, of course, have done that personally here earlier this week. I've also heard, it's my understanding the governor might be making some more recommendations possibly next week. Is there anything that is being considered or anything on that front at all that you're aware of at this hour?
I haven't heard nothing official, but I've heard that if the cases stay up above 500 to 600 in that case line, that there might be some new guidelines coming down. Whether that be, I know they're looking really at the travel, people coming back from other states and bringing it back. So I'm looking that just under the grapevine, they're saying that he might be going to limit travel or maybe start closing some establishments again.
Country music, treating people right. When the amplifiers are cooled down, the guitar's put away. I put that Vic in the hammer lane, and this is what I'll say. Well, that road is long, and my eyes are wide. Playing country music, treating people right.
Oh, it's what a lot of you have been waiting for. They're back, but only for a limited time. Loaded potato wedges at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. That's right, our famous hand-cut homemade potato wedges smothered in cheddar cheese, real crispy bacon, topped with either sour cream or ranch, your choice. And they're still only $2.49 with tax. Get them while you can at your Sagersville Lee's. Summer heat and no AC make for a miserable drive. But don't sweat it. Call Black Smoke Performance in Sagersville for inspection, diagnostics, and repair by qualified technicians with the latest technology and equipment. Don't suffer in the summer heat. Get your air conditioning fixed today at Black Smoke Performance. First, it was pennies, and now it's everything. Because of the pandemic, most banks haven't been able to order their weekly amount of coins for weeks. And without all of the fundraisers and activities going on, a lot of that change that would normally be in circulation isn't. So the Sagersville National Bank says now is a great time to help out and cash in. Bring your coins to either drive-through, or if you've got a lot, call ahead to give them to someone at the door and help your local businesses. And remember, you can pay all of your bills and practically do all of your banking on their mobile and online services, and all inside and lobby services are still available by appointment at Sagersville National Bank. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. There is no question that another stimulus package is coming. That has been long confirmed, and it appears to be getting much closer. We expect to have possibly some finite details to be released by the federal government as soon as Monday of next week, quite possibly. The Republican-led Senate said that they were planning on making an announcement today. However, some things got changed. They have put that off and are going to further negotiate over the course of the weekend and possibly have an announcement on Monday. What has been confirmed is that, and that is through Treasury Secretary Munchin, that the next round, the next package will include another round of stimulus checks, which will be the same size of those that were found in the CARES Act. $1,200 for qualifying adults and $500 for dependents 16 and under. That looks to be a certainty. There is also going to be expanded unemployment benefits. That too is certainty. Also a certainty that more than likely it will not, well, almost a certainty that it will not have another $600 on top of unemployment benefits. Expanded unemployment benefits are definitely on top of the list, but they are most certainly not going to be renewed at $600 in addition to the base amount. There is a lot of discussion reducing it to an additional $400, reducing it to an additional $200. There is also words that indicate that the new benefit will likely start at a flat rate per week and then sort of transition to a percentage of that individual's lost income, and the total not to be more than what they were making when they were employed. Of course, a lot of contention over that entire program, as it was deemed soon after being implemented that it was an incentive not to work, as many folks were making maybe 20% of recipients making double of what their normal salaries were. And the Paycheck Protection Program, just to let you know, there is a proposal to have a streamlined version of the PPP. This business can't tell you how important it was to be able to keep our employees on, and a lot of local businesses and a lot of small businesses under 500 employees also received the Paycheck Protection Program across the country. Now they're talking about streamlining that to try to reduce fraud within that program. They're saying that there might be an intermediate forgiveness process for loans under $1 million. The streamlined process will save time, they say, and resources for everyone involved, and it allows banks and the government to focus their attention on the larger loans and then root out any potential fraud. So a second round of PPP loans will be included. The application process is going to be different. It's going to target businesses that can prove a 50% loss of revenue for the qualifying period. And this new round of PPP will target smaller businesses up to 300 employees instead of up to 500 employees in the first round. And there's also going to be a smaller maximum that you'll be able to receive through the PPP. The next bill is also going to call for an enhanced employee retention tax credit, as well as tax deductions for anyone who purchases PPP for their business, and liability protections, which has been pushed largely by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. Of course, he promises that no bill will pass the Senate without some sort of liability protection for everyone related to the coronavirus. It will provide a shield, he says, for businesses and for nonprofits, schools, medical facilities and professionals, and the like. And that's all I know. That's all I've been able to find after reading volumes over the course of today. Some of that may very well change, but we do expect to have some sort of finality on it next week. Here, real quickly, before we get to the governor and some other news, is your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Just two quick reminders on the calendar tonight that Sagersville Grade School kindergarten registration is underway. Call 349-3411 if you have any questions, and a reminder that the McGoffin County Farmers Market will be open next week, as they will be for the rest of their season, Tuesdays and Fridays, 3 till 6 p.m. at the Extension Office on 114, which of course is their temporary location because of ongoing construction, or getting ready to have ongoing construction at their site on West Maple Street. And a reminder, lastly, that when you have announcements, birthdays, and anniversaries, and you want everyone to know about them, all you have to do is tell me any way that you can. Nightly Obituary is brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and it's the McGoffin County Funeral Home who's announcing the passing of 65-year-old Wiley Joseph of Sagersville, who passed away on yesterday's date. I am told that arrangements are still being made at this hour. You'll be able to find those over the course of the weekend by going to McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com. And lastly tonight, this message in loving memory of Bessie Reisner on what would have been her 48th birthday. With love and remembrance from her husband, children, grandchildren, and a host of family and friends. Tire in Staffordsville is now a proud partner of Rough Country for all of your suspension and lift kit applications. And you can always go to conleytire.net to get the latest offers. Like right now, $100 when you buy a set of Mickey Thompsons, $100 on a set of Continentals, and many, many more summer deals, including $35 computer diagnostics. That's Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. The seasonal shop is open, and they're still doing curbside pickup, so you can call and place orders, and they'll still bring them out to you. And inside, you'll find all new merchandise throughout the entire store, all new spring and summer women's clothing from Charlie Page and Mud Pie, accessories, jewelry, shoes, and bags too, casual outfits for everyday or special occasion outfits and dresses. And if you've been home a lot and really want to freshen up your decor, they have so much to choose from, and they're happy to give you any fresh ideas that you might need. And just in, a large selection of Simply Southern and Candleberry at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. The governor didn't use a mandate, but used a phone call to call representatives of more than 1,000 congregations, churches across the Commonwealth, where he requested them to hold off on in-person services and go back to virtual or other means for the next 2 Sundays, citing the serious spike in numbers, which we saw again today. A spokesperson for the governor's office said that he suggested during a call with the Kentucky Council of Churches that faith leaders continue to host virtual or drive-in services and increase safety precautions for in-person services if they do have them, saying that the next 2 weeks is indeed crucial to Kentuckians, and that churches, work, and elsewhere are all areas which we are seeing a great deal of new cases come from. This, of course, after the governor earlier this week limited the size of non-commercial social gatherings from 50 back down to 10 people, and, of course, issued the travel advisory for anyone traveling out of state to quarantine for at least 2 weeks upon returning back to Kentucky. As for today, in his update, Governor Andy Beshear says that another deadly day will be upon us after seeing hundreds of new deaths today. He also announced, as he has before, a new second highest total number of coronavirus cases for a single day. And the other bad news on top of that is that he also reported a positivity rate that for the first time has gone above and beyond what the World Health Organization and others say is a safe percentage to remain open business-wise.
With 797 new cases of COVID-19. That brings our total number of cases to 25,931. What it means is that we are continuing to see an increase and a growth that we absolutely have to stop. And we'll be watching these very carefully through the weekend, and if we do not see the numbers come down, we're going to have both a series of recommendations and steps that we'll need to take sometime early next week. Remember that we still have a known mortality rate of about 3%. And if you apply that to 797 cases, it means we expect to lose a lot of Kentuckians. And when you add up yesterday and the day before and the day before that and the day before that, it's going to be heartbreaking. So let's make sure that we are more committed than ever. Let's make sure that we are not violating these basic rules that we know can help us. Let's make sure we realize that each and every one of our actions can impact someone else. And let's just realize that this thing is escalating in Kentucky, that we are seeing more cases than we ever imagined before. And now is the time for everybody to recognize the severity of the situation that we're in. Total number of tests to date, 574,233. That's 8,743 more tests than yesterday. Our number of people currently hospitalized is up from yesterday. It's at 618 today. ICU is down a little bit, 130. But our positivity rate today, based on our rolling average, is 5.28%. That is now over the 5% mark that the White House and others suggest is in a danger zone, and where they begin to recommend that we start taking steps. Now, yesterday we were under that. Today we're over it. We're going to want to see what happens in the next couple days. Again, we're at least a couple weeks now from when our requirement to wear facial coverings started, so we need to start seeing some impact from it. I hope different things that went on after we put that into place didn't suggest to people that they didn't have to wear one of those. So we all know now that it's not just a requirement, it should be our duty. Again, how we manage this crisis, whether we can bring down cases, is going to determine how many lives we lose, is going to determine what economic impact we have going forward, because our reopening and our economy are now tied to how well that we deal with this virus. And it's going to be directly related to when we can get our kids back in school for in-person classes.
Among those numbers today, 19 children under the age of 5, one as young as Among those numbers today, 19 children under the age of 5. One of those, a 1-month-old little girl out of Laurel County. He also announced 7 deaths today, ages 81, 82, 85. Others, 54, 59, and in their 60s. We are in the 80s for your weather for an extended run weather-wise. Can you believe it? Even though we have the upper 80s in store for your weekend. It's going to be a nice, sunny, warm weekend. We will start to gradually fall thereafter, and by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we might be around 82 degrees for daytime highs. Yeah, the heat's going to hang on for your weekend and into the start of next week, but there's a big change coming around the corner. Tonight, however, 66 degrees for your low. Partly cloudy skies. Another relatively comfortable evening out there, and calm winds for the rest of your Friday. Look for a little patchy fog after 11 that will linger up until maybe 9 or even 10 in the morning, as we've seen here lately. And after that, we'll hit right around 89 degrees for Saturday's high. Mostly sunny, calm winds, and mostly clear skies for the rest of your Saturday night. Still holding into the upper 60s for nighttime lows on your Saturday night at 68. with some more patchy fog that will carry over into your Sunday, where again, we're getting close to that 90-degree mark again under mostly sunny skies. You will notice a very slight 10% chance of some isolated showers, 5 to 7 on your Sunday. A little window there, slight chance, and that's about it. Hardly worth throwing in there, but it's in there. We'll leave it that way. We'll start off next week still into the upper 80s, but that's going to be the start of a change. We'll probably peak at around 88 degrees on your Monday, and we're going to have a little morning fog again, mostly sunny skies again. But as Monday afternoon goes on, after 2 or 3 o'clock, I think we'll see about a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms by Monday night. As this next system gets closer, that goes up to a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a low of around 71. And then Tuesday will be the day where it should be, it'll be in the middle of all of this, because that's going to be the day where showers and storms are a likelihood at 80%. We'll see clouds, no sun, even shower and storm chances all the way through Tuesday night at 60%. But after that, things clear up and cool down quite nicely. Look at that. Mid-80s on Wednesday, mostly sunny. Low to mid-80s Thursday, partly sunny. Mid-80s again Friday, partly sunny. And a slight chance, 20-30% chance of showers each and every day. But we'll be consistently in the low and more so in the mid-80s for next week instead of the 90s like this week. It's going to wrap it up for this week. I hope you have a wonderful, relaxing, and certainly safe and healthy weekend. And I'll see you back here Monday for more of your news today. Good night. Thank you for watching.